I just got a little economic blurb here. Home sales fall 5.5%. A pending report. Home sales fall 5.5%. Home values dropped 2% again earlier this week. Home sales down 5.5%. I thought they told us it was all coming back. So we hit the bottom and turned the corner and back from the brink and all that stuff. Home sales down 5.5%. I mean, must go along with all the brand new jobs being created. It's the little things. I don't mean to be redundant or repetitive. Yesterday in the White House, it was time for the president to present the Medal of Freedom to this year's recipients. And one of the recipients, it's the little things like this, folks, one of the recipients of the Medal of Freedom was a woman by the name of Huerta, Dolores Huerta. Do any of you, the mention of the name Dolores Huerta, does it mean anything? Huerta. Let's listen to President Obama presenting the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Dolores Huerta.
When Cesar Chavez sat Dolores Huerta down at his kitchen table and told her they should start a union, she thought he was joking. Dolores helped lead a worldwide grape boycott that forced growers to agree to some of the country's first farm worker contracts. And ever since, she has fought to give more people a seat at the table. Don't wait to be invited, she says. Step in there. And on a personal note, Dolores was very gracious when I told her I had stolen her slogan, Si se puede, yes we can. Knowing her, I'm pleased that she let me off easy, because Dolores does not play.
Dolores Huerta has said, among other things, Republicans hate Latinos. She has said, we didn't cross the border crossed us. Dolores Huerta is a Marxist, a co-founder with Cesar Chavez, as you heard, the United Farm Workers, whom Obama honored yesterday. A Marxist, a professed Marxist and socialist with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, it's a small thing. It's a small thing, and hardly anybody is making any big deal of it. Obama gives the commemoration, she gets the medal, and everybody goes on and does their business. But it is quite telling. The small stuff is never small. President Obama awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom on Tuesday to Dolores Huerta, now 82 years old, reported to be a labor activist, co-founder of the United Farm Workers Union. However, Dolores Huerta is an honorary chairman of the Democratic Socialists of America. The Democrat Socialists of America describes itself as, quote, the largest socialist organization in the United States and the principal U.S. affiliate of the Socialist International. She has claimed Republicans hate Latinos. She speaks fondly and frequently of Hugo Chavez's regime in Venezuela. And despite her Marxist ties, her proud socialist ties, despite her radicalism, she receives accolades from top Obama administration officials, including, and understandably, the Labor Secretary Hilda Solis. And she's now the recipient of the nation's highest civilian honor. From Discover the Networks, a little bit about this woman. Co-founder, first Vice President Emeritus, United Farm Workers of America. Dolores Huerta has long worked to radicalize migrant farm workers. Board member, Democratic Socialists of America. Board member, Feminist Majority, Latinas for Choice. The Center for Voting and Democracy, Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting, which is a left-wing media group, much along the lines of Media Matters. As a young adult, she taught school, but she never had an education degree. She did that until 1955 when, as a single mother of 7, she now has 11 children, she launched her career as a political activist. Driven by a belief that true democracy can only be achieved through a redistribution of wealth, Dolores Huerta has been imprisoned more than 20 times as a result of her participation in various protests. In an interview in 2002, she stated, "I think organized labor is a necessary part of democracy. Organized labor is the only way to have fair distribution of wealth." Recipient, Presidential Medal of Freedom. Dolores Huerta has actively opposed the post-9/11 war on terrorism. She says it is a war on immigrants. She's out publicly rabble-rousing, claiming the war on terrorism is a war on Hispanic immigrants. She accused President Bush of possessing a cowboy mentality. She told wartimes.org in 2003 that the U.S. had trained the Taliban and Saddam Hussein, whom it was fighting today. She's a truther. She believes that we were behind 9/11. She believes that we trained the Taliban and Saddam Hussein. She said it's always been a part of U.S. foreign policy to first put a dictator in power and then get rid of them. Responding to critics of illegal immigration, she said, "We didn't cross the U.S.-Mexican border. The border crossed us. We were minding our own business, and all of a sudden you moved the border on us, and you took our country away from us." That's what she means. Much like whoever it was we had yesterday claiming, oh, it was Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan and Dolores Huerta are of the same mold, and she won the Presidential Medal of Freedom yesterday.